Plumbing. My name is Perry, and this is Matt.
Here to discuss hurricane prep for coastal homes. Hurricane season. Post hurricane.
Oh, man, what a week, right, bro? Man. Well, hey, it's Friday.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So, we're actually talking about hurricane prep here for the coastal island that we're on. We're here in Galveston, Texas. Whether you're a homeowner, a landlord, property management company, a renter, doesn't really matter, man. It's really important to know where a lot of the hurricane prep stuff is.
What you should do.
Yeah, especially your main thing is your water shut off, and
Start next week will be handing out badges. Identify. So you know where it's at in case of.
yeah, man, those are pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's an idea.
Yeah, my wife told me I needed to change it up though. It says I got on there main water valve. My wife says it needs to say main shut off valve.
Yeah.
So I'll change those up. But yeah, man, I got hooked on 3D print. So I could just about 3D print anything I want. It's absolutely crazy, but it's really cool, man. Actually, it's really cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've got a few shut off valves here, kind of show y'all what they look like.
yeah, well, I don't know if I told you this, but starting Monday, we're gonna do all of our new service calls that we start on Monday, and we're gonna tag their house for free, and we'll show them where their main shutoff valve is. We'll tag it with one of these tags, and so during the hurricane, if they do have an emergency or they need to shut off the water at some point, it'll be tagged and it'll have our phone number on it in case they need us. They can call us. And if y'all have anything you need to you question you'd like to ask us, hey, don't hesitate. Call us. Log in. It's our phone number is 409-373-3778.
Well, we kind of just go over talking, prepping for a hurricane. Kind of goes for a freeze. You're home and you're not there. Off. Shutting that off is not shutting your.
Yeah, most definitely.
There's a few things that you need. During the freeze, we drain it. But when we drain, if you have an electric water heater, flip the breaker off. You gotta get turn it back on. That one.
Yeah.
Especially electric heater.
Especially electric. That and also sewer, during hurricane season when it floods out here, a lot of the sewer lines stop working. When they shut off the water, you have main sewer still backs up.
Oh, yeah. No, I had yard.
Oh, nice.
My deck. House and deck was just high enough we could sit out there and watch everything that was going on. I don't know if we'll stay through it.
Yeah. Sketchy. Yeah, it's I don't think we've ever left either. I left one time, man, during Ike. I came left. That was probably one of the decisions.
We twice. One time we drove all the way to San Antonio to
Harvey.
We stayed during Harvey. Another one of those ones. Told everybody to evacuate. Get all the way to San Antonio.
Yeah. That happened to us too, actually. Loaded up. I think it was Harvey though.
I stayed during Harvey because I went to my brother-in-law. He ended up coming. On the island, it really didn't get too bad.
No, it didn't.
It was more just the main street.
Man, it was funny because they said the same thing. It's going to be crazy. Everything's flood. You're going to power. Man, we loaded up my RV, my boat, golf cart. We loaded everything up. Hauled ass to Cypress over to my mom's house. My mom's house floods. We get flooded in for 5 days. My next door neighbor calls me and goes, "Hey, bro, you didn't even get water in the driveway."
You could have stayed here.
Yeah, I said, "All right, that's it. We ain't leaving ever again."
That's just the thing about hurricanes. It's not like, I'm from the Midwest. You get a tornado, you got 15-minute warning.
That's it.
Hurricane, you got
Plenty of
a week to prep,
Yeah.
Make your own choice.
And that's really it, the prep part of it. A lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of prep to it when it is a hurricane, especially when it comes to saving your house and
a lot of plumbing prep too. It's not just boarding up your windows
that's
and
right.
making sure the generators work.
Most people don't have generators, fortunate. But it's I think knowing where your main water shutoff valve is to your home is really, really important, and that's why we came up with this idea of tagging them. And we are going to do it for free for all of our new customers. Also, with our service plan customers, starting next week, all of our service plan customers, we're going to go out and we're going to tag it. We're also not just tagging it; we're going to show them where it is, show them how to shut it off. There's a lot of shutoff valves, as you know, that don't work.
Yeah.
So if they don't work, you have the option to. And if you're on your service plan, of course, So.
Yeah. There's a few different style shutoff valves. A lot of the older.
Gate valve.
I mean, they work.
Hey.
You might be able to get that water off, but if you turn it too hard, you're not going to have water turn.
And the one thing about me though is I always say if it's not broke, don't.
Yeah.
And I'm probably the world's worst when it comes to that. It's I don't like to sell my customers something they don't really have to have.
I'll let you know. This looking a little sketchy.
Yep.
Maybe look in.
Exactly. So that's really one good thing about us is we're not going to go out. We're not going to try to sell you a whole bunch of stuff. It's we'll give you some suggestions on what we think and what you're dealing with and what you're going to deal with in the future. And you have an option. It's it. We're not out to try to sell a bunch of. We're not trying to raise our ticket prices up. And I know a lot of companies are going to go say, hey, don't say that shit.
Yeah.
But that's really how we've built our reputation on this island. And it's. Want to stay that way.
Well, and when I do give you that worst case scenario, it's not that I'm trying to upsell you.
That's right.
How it is. Sometimes.
We want you to know up front, this is exactly what you're dealing with. So in a week from the day we leave, you don't come back and go, hey, how come you didn't tell us, And so it's really just educating and informing, our customers. And, that's other companies hopefully do the same thing. That's really what our job is to educate. Let the homeowner know. I mean, your home's your biggest investment, and being able to take care of it and not have to call a plumber every time something happens. Electrician, HVAC, yeah, you got to call. That's I can do just about anything. I mean, I can lay tile. I can do just about. But I do not mess with air conditioning.
I don't mess with electricity. I've been bit a few times.
Yeah, man, power's not that bad, It's as long as you respect it, respect it. It's
really,
not that
I didn't
bad.
respect it because my stuff was bleeding.
Yeah,
Too many times.
Well, one of the topics we're supposed to talk about is, during a flood, you don't touch electronics.
Yeah.
You don't try to move your TV if you're standing in water. You don't try to unplug anything. That's one of the topics we're supposed to talk about. And I'm gonna tell you something. My dad's neighbor, and during I want to tell you it was, I can't remember, but it was a storm. My dad got like 5 or 6 feet of water in his next door neighbor, man. Right when it started, he went and grabbed his television to move his television out of the way and gets electrocuted. Yes, so it's very, very important not to touch electronics, especially if you're standing in water. That's that hurricane prep that we're trying to talk about. that you do before.
Yeah.
You know, get your stuff up. You know, if they say it's going to be bad, move your stuff out of the way before the storm.
Yeah.
You know, that's really, really important. It's really happening a lot, and it's hit close
You
to
don't want
home.
to be playing in that. And you're washing up everything.
Yep.
All the feet, sewage coming from
All the
fires.
sewage.
Not healthy. You
It's,
got an open cut,
and how much fun is it though? Right? I mean, everybody does it. We do it. We did it as kids. You know, it was absolutely amazing. But now you look back and go, "Ooh,
probably not the smartest thing to do back
I was
then.
playing in sewer water back then."
Yeah, I know that. And then the fire ants into it, clustering together as a
Yes.
Hey, had a guy that I used to work for. Fire ant.
Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, there's, you know, hurricanes, man. As much as you don't want to be scared of them, you know, we're from, so they seen them. It's to us, we're like, no big deal, you know, and then a lot of people say the same thing, but when it is a big deal, it's a big. So anyway, you know, we again, don't forget, you know, we do have our service plans, you know, have our exclusive membership plans for residential homeowners.
Hurricane. Especially you're on a weekend vacation home that you come out every once.
Yes.
In the event of a hurricane.
And that we also carry that rental property care plan also. Property management. You know, so that's a big one. And it's the same thing on that, you know, is we'll take care of your customer. And you're at the top. So if we're booked up for the day and you're on our service plan, we still put you at the top of the list.
We do give discounts on all the service plans.
Yeah, what is our discount? 20% or something?
It goes anywhere from 5 to 20.
5 to 20%.
Depends on which level package you
Yeah. Notice I asked you what it was. My wife's gonna kill me. You didn't know the plan.
They would go anywhere from $13 up to $100.
Oh, nice. So it's $100 for the property management companies, but that puts them at the top of the
Puts them
list.
at the top of the list.
7 days a week, 24 hours a day, no matter what.
Get the biggest discount. Sure, generally, you know, property management. You would have to purchase property would have its own
plan.
$100.
Well, I will say this though. One thing that the best part about this plan, I think, is once you lose, you don't really want the plan until you don't have hot water or you have a stoppage, right? And then you can't find a plumber. It happens every single day. You see it every. So sorry, we're getting a text message. It sounds like, let me see if we can fix this real quick, because all right, anyway, where were we, Matt? We talked about water heater shut off. I mean, the main water shut off.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to tag it. And you know, if they have a question, you know, they can still call us.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, they can call or text 409-373-3778. So we also get text messages on that phone. So if you don't want to call, you know, a lot of people like to text us.
And
We'll
if you're
answer.
a previous customer, I do believe with our access through the app.
Yes,
Send pictures.
sure can.
That's for our previous customers. Very happy.
Yep.
Newer customers.
Just call us through the 409-373-3778 number, and our office can get you tied in with our program. and then you can text through that program, which is awesome because in that program you can text pictures. Everything that we take out there,
Pictures,
all the
videos,
pictures, they
all
all
that.
stay in that system.
Yeah.
Right. So
Oh,
if 5 years from now you say, "Oh, y'all worked on my water heater," we can look it up. Say, "Oh yeah, here it is. Here's your model number. Here's your serial number." You know, blah blah blah. So actually, it's a great.
Yeah.
All right, water shutoff valves, water heater safety. What you got on water heater safety, man?
Oh, well, I mean, just mainly you need service. Pay attention to the condition of them. Telltale signs, especially if they're exposed. It doesn't really, inside the house, you don't really see it. In the attic, it is. Houses out here on the island that have that is exposed to that.
Yeah,
Or rust.
and they don't last long on this island.
No.
So
Once the bottom starts rusting out, you lose the ability.
yeah.
Pay attention to your
Check your pan.
check your
There's
parents.
water in it. Call somebody.
CMP, as it'll start. And
And just remember, man, always when it comes to water heaters, man, that's one thing I don't play. And I don't ever tell my customer to work on their own water heater. Now I tell customer to work on anything else. Water heaters, just a safety issue with gas and or being electric. All
Yeah.
professional. Call any professional, as long as they are licensed. Make sure you call. I promise you, man, guys that there's another appliance I try to work on. But you know, the safety behind
yeah.
Yeah.
Connect it wrong, you cut off the wrong line, and that heater's gonna be
that
Very
TMP
nice,
line is on there
alright.
for your outdoor plumbing. Make sure you disconnect your water hoses, especially during disconnect your water hoses. Make sure your sewer line, your yard lines, storm drains. You know, a lot of people have storm drains, little catch basins in your yard. Make sure all that's cleaned out. You
Yeah.
know, no debris in it. On the island, like you said, it really, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but it's really important. But if it floods, it floods.
Yeah.
But you're trying to keep that water away from your house as much as you don't want sewer backing up. Make sure your clean outs have clean out covers on them, man. That's so important because if it does back up. You don't want it.
I got a clean out cover in
Yeah,
the might need
probably. I know where you can get one, actually.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I just figured it's, there.
Yeah.
I'll know if it's backing up.
There you
It's
go.
outside the house.
It's outside. Just to let y'all know it's illegal. But check all your hose bills, man. You know, make sure all your drains are cleaned. Keep the water. You
Got
know,
some lower level hose bibs. It's important to have vacuum breaks. Because in the event of the storm, you have storm water out there, you got sewage. If it was open, you're
cross contamination.
they are a nuisance. Not a lot of people like them. Splash
yeah.
you with water.
Vacuum breakers.
It's a safety measure.
It is, and let me tell y'all, with the city, if the state's watching, I love those. If they're not watching, I hate them. But you know, requirement is there's a reason behind it.
It's to protect you.
That's right. Yeah. So let's go over some. You know, how do you know if your sewer line's any? You know, how do you know if you're going to get a backup? Always a warning. I think we talked about this a little bit last week. You know, toilets start to gurgle, your drains start to drain slow. Little signs that you have to know or eye out on, and man, who really does? I don't either in my own house. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't either, you know. But during hurricane season, it's very important that your line doesn't back up into your house. You know?
And some people don't notice. They'll see, you know, if your wax seal's broken a little bit and got a little bit of water. I mean, yes, it could be flushing, but if you back up, you're not going to notice it on the floor.
It's too late. I don't ignore it. You know, don't ignore those signs. So
Quick, simple fixes. Take care of them.
yep. And how many houses have we gone to, bro, that have been flooded with sewer water? Oh,
Quite a bit.
a lot. And you know, the homeowner's not pissed until it's up. You know? So,
Talk a little bit about post hurricane prep. Event that you did turn your water off.
all right, they're telling us we need to talk up. So speak up, man.
I thought I was loud enough.
Hey, now you sound good. I hear you.
I've just got a soft voice. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah.
So when we go to turn our water and stuff back on, in the event that you did turn your water off, go ahead and turn your water on. Flush out all the air from your system before you turn back on. All that's out of the. You have a tankless air bubble in the pocket. Turn up the.
Especially with you know, it's going back real sewage. Like we were talking about, man, we played around in the sewer, you know, or stormwater. I'm not gonna tell you I'm not gonna do this, but you gotta remember, like you said, there's
Oh yeah.
don't get that drink. It's fun to take your dog out and let you.
Speaking of that, my dog did chase a firefighter during that burrow. She storm had knocked our fence, hole in the fence. We had a firefighter walking down the street. And it was time
That big old
to chase
Rottweiler?
that. Oh yeah, decided it was no time to chase that firefighter.
I bet he was happy.
I had to go play in the stormwater, which I didn't want to go do. But you know, my dog does listen. She did turn right back around and come back upstairs.
Yeah.
Probably not the best thing to have.
Hey man, you know it's really what we do though. You know, I know it's a safety issue, and I'm not saying it's not a safety. And like you said, man, if you have a cut, you know, you have anything.
Open wounds.
Yes, I just leave it at that. But
Yeah.
whatever it is, man, and it gets into your system, here we go. You know,
Mhm.
it's that bacteria is no joke, man. So, you know, that's. But I'm sorry to cut you off about water and showing them, explaining to them how to turn. Just make sure all the air is out of the line. Turn on the bathtub, man. I always say turn the bathtub on first.
Yeah, you got
Let it
that's
run.
Your most flow's gonna come out of there, and you have no screens generally. Shower valve, tub. When you turn the water back on, there's debris in your line. So if you open up your kitchen faucet, having the toilets running, they're gonna clog up your fill valve, they're gonna clog up your aerator.
Yeah.
So the best thing is to
Through your bathtub. Yep. All right, what else? If drains are backing up, stop running your fix.
yeah.
How many times have you been to somebody's house who had a main line?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I've had a few customers that have used the toilet when I'm underneath the house, trenching, tunneling, and replacing the drain. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know that was
Oh,
what
I
that-
didn't know.
what you were doing."
Yes, homeowners, please. If we're working there, don't use the bathroom, or at least come warn us. You know,
Yeah.
let us know.
At this point, I really don't smell it until it's like really, really bad. But it's a gross factor when you have water coming out on you.
Oh man, yeah. So anyway, if you start seeing something slow drains, one fixture backing up, just call a plumber or again call our virtual assist line, and we'll try to walk you through it. You know, matter of fact, a lady called yesterday, man. I happened to be there, so I talked to her and walked her through how to fix her garbage disposal. It's funny because she says, "Well, I already bought a new one." I said, what's wrong with it? She says, it won't drain. I said, well, you don't need a new one.
Yeah, no, I had a customer a couple months ago that did that. She, it wasn't working. The tenant trying to fix it, and he couldn't fix it. She ordered a new one. We get out there, and I start taking the old one off and go open up the box for the new one. Well, she purchased it off of Amazon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was a used, rusted out
Garbage disposal.
garbage disposal.
Nice, nice.
Luckily, I was able to get the old one cleaned out.
Yeah, that I fixed that lady's. I walked her through, got it fixed, and she, oh, you just. So the virtual assist really does work.
Yeah.
You know, it really does work. I can, Matt and I can walk you through wonders. And I've been doing this so long that you can almost send me a cartridge. Tell you. So it's sort of a little benefit. You know, that was really one thing, man, that I learned growing up. I was talking to Alexis about this the other day. My dad, growing up, had this toolbox, man, old beat up toolbox with his faucet parts, man. Back in the day, dude, my dad could rebuild any faucet there was, man. It was crazy, and I was telling Alexis that too. I grew up learning
Rebuilding.
how to rebuild. We didn't replace nothing, man. You know, my dad was old school. There was no such thing as replacing faucets. You know, we rebuilt them. And, man, I remember rebuild. I told Alexis one day, I'm at a customer's house, and the seat was, and I could not find this seat. No, I swear to you, bro, I walk outside. I'm going to tell y'all a little trick. I walk outside on the concrete. I rub this brass seat on the concrete smooth. I go and put it back in. That sucker works. Gives us enough time to find her.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just little tricks, you know.
Yeah, I've learned a few here and there.
Yeah,
that,
man, it's-
you know.
I love rebuilding stuff like that, man. I really love rebuilding stuff better than I do replacing faults. Stand it. You know, it's especially when you have most homes have 2 lavatory faucets in the master bedroom or in the master bathroom, right? If you replace one, you're not going to find that same faucet.
Oh no.
So you got to replace both faucets. You know,
We're dealing with a customer right now that have some 20-year-old faucets.
That's it.
Hard to find them parts.
But that lady's got some experience.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I found. Luckily, I found I was Google pictured it and found a spreadsheet. Somebody was selling one for $2,000.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
it had the part number. They had the breakdown of the deal in the back of the picture. So I zoom in and find the cartridge.
Yeah. See, and how many people? I mean, there is a lot of people can afford to replace 2 $2,000 faucets,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause
Well,
you're
and
not
it's
gonna find the same one.
not just that. Every faucet in that bathroom matches that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have 2 shower valves, converter valves. They have sprayer heads. They have a jacuzzi tub and all the faucets.
You know, man, that's really the benefit of us learning these things. You know, don't find that anymore.
No.
Don't. Losing in our trade. It's sad. But, so I talked to a guy the other day, get hired on, and he was asking me, "Hey man, do y'all use Uponor?" Yeah, we use it. I said, "Do you solder?" And he goes, "No." Me, no. Maybe solder. Have you been a journey? 5 years. You haven't soldered copper pipe in 5 years? Like, no. What is this, man? You know, like,
Yeah.
and that is not where we want our trade to go. I don't want to get off the subject. That's what's happening. It's you got to take pride in your trade. I think the big is you don't want somebody to come,
Yeah.
you know, or say, "Oh, they did this wrong." And I can guarantee you that if somebody comes behind us and says, "Oh, they did not do this," I promise you there's a reason,
Yeah.
right? And 99.999% is because the homeowner didn't want to pay,
Yep.
right? I got a guy, I'm going to tell you, and you know who I'm talking about. This guy calls me up one day, and one of his water heaters. He owns an Airbnb here on the island, and he has 3 water heaters on the back of these Airbnbs. It's like a little condo, bitty rooms. And so I go there, and I call him. Water heater's bad, needs to be. He says, I don't want to replace it.
Yeah, it was from the freeze.
Yep.
The heating element.
Yep.
Was,
And he says, I don't want to replace it right now. I don't have the money. Can you just loop it in with the other heaters? I said, sure, I'll do that for you. So, you know, his other 2 heaters were plenty big enough to run these, you know, his little 4 units that he had, you know. I said, sure, I'll do that. So I tied in for him, right? I think the bid on that thing was $6,500. I saved him probably $4,000.
yeah.
And 3 years later, he puts a Google review on my Google telling me that I'm incompetent and lazy. I said, dude, what? You are broke and didn't want to pay me to replace your water heater. You know, so again, if somebody calls on us, man, it's not because we'll do it. We want to sell you a tankless water.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, it's I'm going back to pride, man. Take pride in what you're doing. That's what we do. I totally got off subject, man, and I'm sure I'm getting. Yeah. So let's wrap it up, man. We're gonna get out of here. I got a lot of 30 10. We're gonna get out of here again. If y'all want to contact us, you can contact us at 409-373-3778. 3078. Precision Plumbing Service, Galveston,
Terry,
Texas.
this is Matt.
Thank y'all so much for coming in, man. We love y'all. Y'all have a great day.